Friday Sessions with Emma and Dom.
Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Friday Sessions, bi-weekly music feature from Cornerstone. My name is Dom, and I'm one of your hosts for today, and I'm joined as ever by my colleague Emma, who is up in that corner up there. Say hello, Emma.
Hello. I'm the better host, obviously, but I daren't actually turn that into a conversation, otherwise somehow he will win. You can also say hi to us in the comments. We do like it when you have a little chat with us. I'd like to say happy birthday to my dad today, and you can say happy birthday to my dad, or you can actually talk about the show or have a little chat amongst yourselves. We don't mind. We're just nosy. A little later on, we've got Richard Midwinter. No, not Richard, sorry. Darren Midwinter. Oh, I've not had my medication. I've knocked Dom over now, look. We had Darren Midwinter, but I misunderstood Dom when he told me, you know, when you're half listening to like your spouse or something, and I thought he was just saying it's going to be really cold, so I wore my hat with the big bobble and everything. And it turns out that actually it's the lovely Darren Midwinter. The reason I said Richard is because I was thinking about Richard's classic album countdown. We had the vote. The vote was between basically Bed Shaped or Mr. Brightside. So we'll have to see which one of those won. But quick, rescue me. Who have we got on first, Dom?
So, starting our Friday Sessions off for this episode, and with the correct name, I hope, regular viewers will recognise this gentleman we've got coming up for you. His name is Archie. Yes, his name is Archie. Emma's a bit confused there as to why I've just said that 3 times, it's because something didn't happen there that was supposed to. The joys of live entertainment, folks. Yeah, his name is Archie, and he's got a new song for us, which I do hope that you all enjoy. Here he is.
Hi, I'm Archie T Foulds. The song's called Enemy Within. On a crowded road I meet a joker man. He says, why don't you take my hand? I'm so surprised as I gaze in his eyes. In this world you get used to lies. He stretches out a hand, offers it to me. I freeze, I'm tempted to flee, but he says, brother, come with me. Together we'll be free. Tomorrow's for the making. Today the world is shaking. Educate, agitate, organize. We are the enemy. We are the enemy. We are the enemy within. I switch on TV. I see a girl, she says, wake up, change, we're out of time. I taste the gas in the night. In this world, you know it ain't right. The water's rising, people are dying. The girl asks, are you not trying? She says, brother, come with me. Together we'll be free. Tomorrow's for the making. Today the world is shaking. Educate, agitate, organize. We are the enemy. We are the enemy. We are the enemy within. I lean on a bar, I watch a man, a reflection from where I stand. He speaks with ease about the way that we're teased by the parasites who rule us with ease. He points in the mirror that reflects on us all and cries for us to pull down that wall. He says, brother, come with me. Together we'll be free. Tomorrow's for the making. Today the world is shaking. Educate, agitate, organize. We are the enemy. We are the enemy. We are the enemy within. We are the enemy. We are the enemy. We are the enemy within. Yeah, that's...
And welcome back there, folks. Thank you so much, Archie, for that cracking little protest song you had there. It's lovely to see that fighting spirit in music is alive and well in these times. Emma, what do you think?
I really liked it. It was so good, wasn't it? I tell you what, it had me singing. But the problem is, and obviously nobody wants to hear that. Well, no, Don won't let anybody hear that. I'm all right at singing. But the thing is, I think it's a George Bernard Shaw quote. That educate, agitate, organise. I was planning forward a bit for Christmas, and unfortunately, it was kind of feeding into my list making. So I was thinking, educate, extra cake, agitate, after eights, organise, more mince pies.
It's good to see you got your priorities straight, Emma. Good to see that your priorities straight.
I'm organised, but apparently I don't know people's names. Sorry. I'm gonna be bowing to him for the rest of the programme. Anyway. Trying to move on and keep the programme going. Next we have the classic album countdown. Now I was thinking about this and I decided I would rather be perceived as keen than a killer. But I don't actually know which of those won the vote.
Well, Emma, I can tell you this. Tonight you are a killer. that is a pen for anybody who is wondering what that strange object was that just appeared on your screens. Yes, coming up next we have Richard with the classic album countdown, and yes, as you may well have inferred from that, the winner of the classic album countdown this time was the Killers with Hot Fuss. So let's take it away, Richard.
Hi everyone, thanks Dom and Emma, as always, for another fantastic episode of the Friday sessions so far. Right, tonight's winner of the album vote was Killers, Hot Fuss.
5.
Right, the Killers' Hot Fuss album was released on June the 7th, 2004. It had 4 critically successful singles off the album. Mr. Brightside, we all know. Smile Like You Mean It, the track I've got to put my glasses on for, All These Things That I've Done, and Somebody Told Me. By the time we got to 2012, it sold 7 million copies and was nominated for 5 Grammys. It may be a bit too modern to be a proper classic, But let's see, in the near future, remember where you heard it. Tonight's classic album.
4.
So, every classic album needs a great producer. They got their friend Jeff Saltzman on board. He hadn't produced an album before, so they set him up with a little recording studio and he downloaded some software. Echo Farm it was called. That was the software he used, and he put it on default and recorded Brandon Flowers' vocals on default for the entire album. But it's got a distinctive sound and it done the trick. Not bad for a first attempt, eh?
3.
Apparently, the lead singer of The Killers, Brandon Flowers, was so depressed after hearing the album by The Strokes called Is This It? He threw away all the songs he'd written for this album, apart from Mr. Brightside. That was the only track that escaped and got put on this, and he wrote a load of new songs. Apparently, the Strokes album, he thought, was so perfect, how can anyone write an album that good? So he went back to the drawing board. Okay, there's a bit of a local connection with this album as well. When I was doing my investigations, I realised that it had been mixed at Cornerstone. I couldn't believe it when I read that. It was only when I looked further down into the detail I realised it was Cornerstone in Los Angeles. But anyway, it was mixed at Cornerstone.
2.
Okay, a little bit of information on the cover art of this piece of vinyl. The photograph was taken back in 2000 by photographer Matthias Kreiner in the southern region of Beijing in China. And you can see the Chinese characters on top of the building. And they translate as construction material development. I think it's always good to have a little bit of information on the cover art, as that is a big part of buying vinyl.
1.
Hot Fuss has been rated in many polls as possibly one of the best debut albums of all time. Like I said earlier, maybe an album released in 2004 isn't really yet a proper classic album, but remember you heard it first at the Friday sessions. And anyway, we all know what we have to do. Take it out of the sleeve, put it on the record player. Oh, it's a blue one. Quite collectible this, it's worth quite a few pounds, but it is for sale. Put it on the record player, listen to both sides from beginning to end. Now back to Dom and Emma in the studios.
And welcome back there, folks. Thank you, Richard, for another lovely insight into a bit of the world behind a really decent album there from the Killers. Although I must say I do slightly disagree with Richard on just one point. Richard made a note there that Hot Fuss by the Killers can't really be considered a true classic album because it was only made in 2004. I have a counterpoint to that. I would say that whether an album is a classic or not is more to do with how it makes you feel than how old it physically is. Because that album was kind of released when I was in my early teens, and that music was a big part of my early teenage years and stuff, and such like that. And so, at least to me, I believe that album is already a classic. And I'm sure we will disagree over tea and biscuits when I'm next in work.
You have tea and biscuits. You've never made me tea and biscuits, and that is 100% true. I know that he is a baby, so this is his version of classic. But what I would add to what Dom said is I think it's about either how big an impact it has on people in general, but also how many people are affected by an album that makes it a classic. So I do think that actually, for once, I agree with Dom.
The sky is falling in Friday Sessions Towers, ladies and gentlemen. The sky is falling.
Do try not to fall off your chair. Although I did fall off my chair myself earlier, but that's another story. Did you notice that Richard had behind him a Little Richard album? I've got to be careful how I say that, because if I say it the wrong way, it sounds like some kind of euphemism. And Richard, a little bit of feedback notes for you. Beautifully held, very lovely display there. The only thing I would say with that lovely blue vinyl, their labels upside down. But what would I know? He's got hundreds and hundreds of years of selling music, as our Richard. He just looks younger than he actually is.
Are you implying that Richard is secretly a vampire, Emma?
Is he a vampire, or what else lives forever? I don't know. Some kind of wizard, maybe. Let's start a rumour that Richard's a wizard just in time for Halloween for the next show. See if he dresses up for us. So anyway, let's move on before I get myself into more trouble. Dom has introduced me recently to our next act, who is called Darren Midwinter. Really swept me off my feet. Amazing musician. Reminds me a little bit, and I really can't put my finger on why, of Ben Folds 5, who I love. And so this weekend I will be searching out some of Darren's back catalogue to be able to buy and have in my own music collection.
There we go. That's a lot of the intro done for me. It's great. But what Emma didn't mention is that Darren is a long-time friend of mine from when I still lived in Swindon. And as Emma did mention, he's a very, very prolific musician, singer-songwriter, trained with a wide variety of instruments. And I do hope you enjoy his performance this evening. Here it is for you.
It's what makes me older. 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 cornerstone. You'll be waiting at the end of the rainbow.
And welcome back there, folks. Thank you so much, Darren, for those lovely 3 songs to round off our Friday sessions for today. And as I've mentioned previously, if you did enjoy Darren's music and you want to hear more from him, all of his sort of social media links, website, all that sort of stuff is in the link below. And you can find more out about him that way. Fun fact about Darren that you may not otherwise find out: he was very recently a contestant on The Chase, and I'm told he did very, very well, and he's now Bradley Walsh's best mate. So there you go. That's his claim to fame.
He's such a nice guy, though, Bradley Walsh, because I haven't met Darren. I've only seen his musical performance. I imagine that he makes great friends with so many people. But going back to Darren's music, as I say, completely swept me off my feet. Absolutely amazing. Going to do some more exploring to find out about his back catalogue over the weekend, because I just love his work. The middle song, though... I wanted to know your opinion, Dom. What do you think is at the end of the rainbow?
A really good Italian restaurant.
Well, yeah, we did have a little chat about pizza earlier off the air, so I think that probably is where that thought came from. No, I'd like to fully disillusion you and say it's actually my hand.
Oh dear, we're moving into the territory of visual puns now, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're prepared.
Well, we've had puppets, so essentially that was just a naked puppet. Sorry if any small children were watching.
Warning, this live stream contains puppet nudity.
Anyway, back to the show, because we've gone on a weird tangent. It's a weird day, but, we're keeping warm on a cold evening. If you have been watching and you think, oh, I might possibly be able to perform on the show, but, I don't know, just get in touch. We are always happy to talk to you about it. We don't just instantly go, give us a clip. We talk to you about how it works. And you just need to email us, and Dom or I will answer you. The email address is below me. And it is cornerstoneopenmic@southoxon.gov.uk. And the thing I'd like to say to all of you potential performers, dare to dream. Isn't that lovely? Thanks to Katie Aby for that design. That's a really nice design. I'm really pleased I came across that. Cheered me right up. Next show, we have someone who's new to us and some old friends of ours, but they're all new to you. Well, new to the Friday sessions. Depends on how much you know about local music. Very exciting. And I can't wait, basically. But I do wonder whether now we're going towards the end of the show, Dom, and I am a little bit aware of the time, because the other day I was asked to run an urgent onion purchasing errand for my neighbour. So I just want to make sure that, I've got time to go and get an onion.
Sure. Sounds like there is a story there, Emma, which I will ask you about off air, and let the lovely people who are watching get on with their fantastic Friday evenings. I've got so many questions. So many questions, I'm scared. Thank you to everybody who has performed this evening on the Friday sessions. Thank you to Archie and to Darren, and of course to the lovely Richard with the classic album. If you want to find out more information about any of our acts who performed, or look up some music, buy a CD, that sort of thing, there are links below in the description where you should be able to do most of those things. Just before we let you go, I've got a clip from Richard explaining your options for the next classic album countdown. Do feel free to send us your suggestions for anything you'd like to hear us talk about in the future. But yes, that's it from Emma and me. We will see you in 2 weeks' time, folks. So stay safe, stay musical, don't let the custards grind you down, and have a good evening. Good night.
Okay, do give us your suggestions for any future classic albums you want us to review. The next two are Peter Gabriel, Shaking the Tree, and Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA. With the US election coming up, I